In today's show, Bitcoin rebounds off 6-week lows amid warning a brutal Bitcoin price bull trap. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis. And as crypto analyst, Mikhail Bende pop shares here. Well, this price action on Bitcoin isn't shouting too much for the upside at this point. Tricky, as it's given back every upwards push again. And as Calio points out, dump after this bounce is over with is going to be so brutal. And as Lynn Alden shares, the US dollar currency index is reaching higher than my base case due to policymaker decisions outside of my base case. Therefore, we need to be aware of the market issues that occur when this happens. It's no milkshake, but rather all assets suffer. And this just in breaking news, Mexican Senator Indira Kempis has installed the first ATM in the Mexican Senate. Let's freaking go. And as Samson Mao shares, looks like Bitcoin is really the official currency of the Central African Republic. There are laws that will govern crypto, but only Bitcoin is mentioned as being currency. Nice. And as Max Kaiser shares, the Bitcoin monetary network exists entirely outside the global banking system. This has not been priced in. The Bitcoin monetary network is uniquely and categorically decentralized. No other fiat, CBDC, gold, or Ishcoin can make this claim. This too has not been priced in. Yummy. Also in today's show, Purpose Bitcoin ETF adds 1100 BTC as data hints investors want to buy the dip. As Sentiment Analytics shares here, social interest in buying the dip has skyrocketed after crypto's latest pullback. The S&P 500 correlation is not working in the favor of the cryptocurrency sector, and crowd fear will play a large part in the two markets breaking apart from one another. Also in today's show, breaking news, Buenos Aires confirms its plans to allow citizens to pay taxes with cryptocurrency. That's right, Horacio Larreta, the head of government of Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina, confirmed that the city will allow its citizens to pay some taxes with cryptocurrencies. This is part of the digitization plan that the city has named Buenos Aires that seeks to simplify the relationship the city has with citizens. Also more breaking news, Brazil's Senate approves Bitcoin law to regulate cryptocurrencies. That's right, it's a historic day for cryptos in Brazil as the Senate has finally approved the country's first bill aimed at regulating the crypto market. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, many of the major alts are currently correcting and in the red. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go next? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. The goal is to get to 100,000 subs along with a $100,000 Bitcoin price. And if you like getting that crypto, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. Today's episode is brought to you by FTX US, built by traders for traders. That's right, FTX US is the best way to buy and sell Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, as well as other digital assets. And did you know you can trade crypto with up to 85% lower fees than its top competitors? That's right, there are no fixed minimum fees, no ACH transaction fees, and no withdrawal fees. Also note that FTX is the only leading exchange that supports both Ethereum and Solana NFTs, and there are no gas fees. And you might have heard of them from their Super Bowl commercial with Larry David or their partnership with Stephen Curry and Tom Brady. That's because the world's biggest names trust FTX. And they have a special promo they're running right now where if you download the FTX app today and use my promo code Crypto News, you can earn free crypto on every trade over $10, truly making this a no-brainer. And the more you trade, the more you earn. So go ahead and download the FTX app today by clicking the link in the description right down below. Use my referral code Crypto News and let's start stacking those sats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. How's it going, crypto fam? Make some noise in the live chat. The Bitcoin reclaimed 39,000 this morning on April 27th after another night of pain style Bitcoin hit its lowest levels since mid-March. And right here, looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. Now, data from Cointelegraph Market Report and TradingView showed the largest crypto trading at 39,200 this morning on Bitstamp, up 2.5% for the day. And yesterday, April 26th, saw fresh trouble as soon as Wall Street trading began. Bitcoin followed stocks downhill once again to hit $37,700 twice. And despite that area already being on the radar as a liquidity grab opportunity, some were far from convinced that the sell-off was done. The current relief, popular trader Calio argued, was simply a form of a dead cat bounce, and the real pain would begin when momentum faltered. As he shares here on crypto Twitter, dump after this bounce is over with this is going to be brutal. And someone asked him, my man, how much is a brutal dump? Like 4,000 drop as much for the over leverage, but not for the eye of the beholder, in my opinion. And Calio responded, I don't know, 33% for Bitcoin, 50 to 70% for alts. And as crypto analyst Mikhail Vende Pop shares here, well, this price action on Bitcoin isn't shouting too much for the upside at this point. Tricky, as it's given back every upwards push. Again, also like to point out that throughout this week, the United States dollar showed no signs of extending its bull run, adding pressure on crypto as the US dollar currency index challenged multi-decade highs set back in March of 2020. As Lynn Alden points out here, the US dollar currency index is reaching higher than my base case due to the policymaker decisions outside of my base case. Therefore, we need to be aware of the market issues that occur when this happens. It's no milkshake, but rather all assets suffer. And in this Twitter storm, she also goes on to share, to quantify it, U.S. debt is $30 trillion and U.S. weighted average cost of capital reaches as high as 3%, then the federal interest expense alone would be $900 billion. Adding the deficit angle gets to well over $1 trillion that needs financing each year. Asset prices and GDP estimates get weird, therefore, until a pivot occurs. Due to Fed mandates, the pivot occurs only when something in financial markets breaks. So things get bad, things break. Policy reversal. So there you have it. Now let's discuss the crypto greed and fear index. Nerves among crypto and traditional traders alike were thus plain to see reflected in plummeting market sentiment. The crypto greed and fear index reached its lowest level since April 12th, which is at 21 out of 100 currently in extreme fear, as pointed out right here. One of my favorite indicators. Yesterday was a 27, last week a 27, and last month a 60 in greed. And if you're not familiar with the crypto greed and fear index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, like we're witnessing right now. BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. Now, this just in breaking news, Mexican Senator Indira Kempis has put the first Bitcoin ATM in the Mexican Senate. Let's freaking go. Bitcoin game theory in full effect. And as Samson Mao shares here, looks like Bitcoin is really the official currency of the Central African Republic. There are laws that will govern crypto, but only Bitcoin is mentioned as being currency. Nice, referring to this tweet. Official press release from the Central African Republic states Bitcoin is an official currency. Original document in Google translated version right here. Bring it. And as Max Kaiser shares, the Bitcoin monetary network exists entirely outside of the global banking system. This has not been priced in. The Bitcoin monetary network is uniquely and categorically decentralized. No other fiat, CBDC, gold, or Ishcoin can make this claim. This too has not been priced in. Let's go. And before I break down next story of the day, Purpose Bitcoin ETF adds 1100 BTC as data hints investors want to buy the dip. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market, which you can see is currently correcting. And in the red, we have Bitcoin down 4% for the day, trading just under $3,900, while Ether is down 4%, trading just under $2,900. Luna down over 8%, trading at $88.63, while Solana, Polkadot, Avalanche, Binance Coin, Cardano, and XRP all correcting and in the red. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. The world's first Bitcoin spot ETF is buying Bitcoin again after a month of selling. Data from on-chain monitoring resource CoinGlass confirms that on April 27th, Canada's Purpose Bitcoin ETF added 1,132 BTC to its holdings. And despite fears that Bitcoin is not yet done with its sell-off and about turn at Purpose, hints at an increasing institutional demand. That's right, beginning March 28th, when Bitcoin was trading above $48,000, Purpose began reducing its exposure, which at the time totaled 36,321 BTC. Now, Wednesday's increase is thus the first since March 25th, and at the time of this recording, Purpose held 31,162 Bitcoin, while Bitcoin was trading at around $39,000. Now, the move coincides with figures from statistics firm Santiment showing that interest in buying the dip on both Bitcoin and altcoins is also increasing. That's right, BTFD, buy that freaking dip. Measuring what it calls crowd interest, Santiment recorded the biggest uptick in trends for buy dip and buy dips in 6 weeks. As they share here on Crypto Twitter, social interest in buying the dip has skyrocketed after crypto's latest pullback. The S&P 500 correlation is not working in the favor of the cryptocurrency sector, and crowd fear will play a large part in the two markets breaking apart for one another. Now, other sources recording social interactions with the cryptosphere are less enthusiastic. Google search data showing that worldwide search interest in Bitcoin, for example, is at its lowest since October of 2020, and what could nonetheless signal a bottoming phase for crypto markets. A rebound can now set the stage for a bullish launch that characterized the second half of Q4 of that year. Meanwhile, crypto analysts are expecting a return to the $30,000 level. I feel that is unlikely, but still a possibility at this point. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. I want to give a quick shout out to iTrust Capital, the world's largest crypto IRA platform with over $3.5 billion in transactions. If you're looking to trade crypto tax-free, look no further than iTrust. And yes, they are backed by the world's leading institutional cold storage provider, Coinbase Custody, with a $320 million insurance policy. So go ahead and use my referral link in the description right down below to take advantage of the #1 crypto IRA provider in America. And if you sign up today, you're going to receive a $100 funding reward as a free bonus. So go ahead and use my referral link in the description right down below, and let's start stacking those sats tax-free. And before I break down the next breaking story of the day, Buenos confirms its plans to allow citizens to pay taxes with cryptocurrency. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting just above $1.8 trillion with over $100 billion in volume. In the past 24 hours, the current Bitcoin dominance is 41.3%, with the Ether dominance at 19.4%. And checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers in the past 24 hours, we have ZRX leading the pack, up over 11%, trading at just under 84 cents, followed by ApeCoin, up 4.5%, trading at $19.09, followed by SCRT, up 2.4%, trading at $4.47. And now checking out the top 100 cryptocurrency gainers for the week, you can see a sea of red, which is a handful actually in the green, including KNC, up 30%. Ton up 11.8%, Kava up 14.8%, and Ape up 12.3%. But all right, now let's break down our next breaking story of the day. The government of Buenos, the capital of Argentina, is planning to allow its citizens to pay some taxes with cryptocurrencies. According to local media, the announcement was made by Horacio Rodriguez Larreta, head of Buenos Aires government, on a recent Zoom call. The initiative is part of the digitization push the city is planning to execute to broaden the access of citizens to documents and government services. The plan, called Buenos Aires, seeks to simplify and streamline the link with citizens in the city, according to Larreta, on the importance of blockchain for the digitization push that seeks to automate 70% of formalities during the first year of implementation. Also, Diego Fernandez, Secretary of the Innovation and Digital Transformation, stated the following: "I believe that blockchain technology will give the government the possibility to make all its acts more transparent and encourage the participation of citizens in a deeper way." Now, this proposal is similar to the one recently presented by the government of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, back in March, which also announced it will accept cryptocurrency as payment for some kind of taxes starting next year. Now, one of the key projects that the city is looking to complete is the implementation of a digital ID system that would let citizens simplify document requests and payments made to the city. The system also strives to be interoperable, meaning that several organizations of the government might interact with it in different ways. This could also ostensibly help to streamline time-consuming errands amongst different government offices, giving the citizens the opportunity of managing all their tasks in the same system. Now, other public organizations could connect their system to this hub, allowing them to be able to use the data directly. And on this idea, Fernandez shared the following: "People will have governance over their information. We're developing a platform so that they can know who is requesting their data and what they are looking at. Each of these orders will be made in an open blockchain-based system." Now, Fernandez concluded by stating his team aims to implement these data administrative use cases for 2023 mass adoption. Let's freaking go. And before I break down our final story of the day, Brazil's Senate approves Bitcoin law to regulate cryptocurrencies. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 1,200 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also, some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my crypto merch store live at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And of course, you can follow me on all the major podcasts and platforms, from Spotify, home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes and Google Play. And of course, you can follow me on crypto Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, and TikTok. So wherever you're at, be sure to plug in and follow me there. But all right, now let's break down our final story of the day. Brazil's Senate has passed the country's first bill governing cryptocurrencies in a plenary session, which has set the stage for the creation of a regulatory framework of the country's crypto industry. The bill must be approved by the Chamber of Deputies and then signed off by President Jair Bolsonaro to become law in the country. This is expected to occur by the end of this year in 2022, according to experts who spoke with Cointelegraph Brasil. The session that approves the project was chaired by Senate President Rodrigo Pacheco, who shared the following: "I want to congratulate the rapporteur of the project, Senator Irajá, for the approval here at the plenary of the Senate for this important bill." Now, Federal Deputy Ribeiro first proposed the bill in 2015. The bill was then approved in the Senate following lengthy deliberation on Tuesday, combining Senator Ribeiro's bill with Senator Arndt's bill, for which Senator Irajá Irajá was a rapporteur. Now, during the session, the Senate confirmed that the country's executive branch would be responsible for formulating rules for crypto assets and could either create a new regulator or delegate its power to the Securities and Exchange Commission or the Central Bank of Brazil. Now, the session also saw several senators, including the bill's author, Senator Arns, focusing on discussions of appropriate penalties for crypto crimes, especially fraud. And according to Senator Arns, the penalties for this type of crime should be scaled according to the amount of fraud, money laundering, and other white-collar crimes. He shared the following: the penalties will be proportionate to the amount of value affected by this type of crime. So whoever committed a crime of US $1 billion, causing damage to thousands of people who have a greater penalty than the someone who affected less value. Now, Senator Arns' proposal was backed by Senator Rose de Freitas, who called for greater punishments for crimes involving cryptocurrencies and said that the Brazilian market has already moved more than $40 billion in Brazil. Let's freaking go. Now, senators also discussed incentivizing crypto miners to open up shop in Brazil, since there'll be a complete tax exemption for the import of ASIC mining devices into the country. Now, Bernardo Schuckman, Senior Vice President of the Digital Currencies Division of the American mining company CleanSpark, pointed out that the cryptocurrency market needs specific regulation so that institutional investors who are averse to risks feel encouraged and protected by investing in the crypto mining in South America's largest country. He shared the following: regulation is very welcome, and the trend is for Brazil to follow the largest economies in the world and facilitate the mining of these coins on Brazilian soil. Now, the bill does not appear to face many challenges in the Chamber of Deputies, where it must be approved in a plenary session before being sent to the president before becoming law. So there you have it. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Bitcoin rebounds off 6-week lows amid warning a brutal Bitcoin price bull trap. Also in today's show, I shared that the Purpose Bitcoin ETF adds 1100 BTC as data hints investors want to buy the dip. I also shared breaking news: Buenos confirms its plans to allow citizens to pay taxes with cryptocurrency, as well as Brazil's Senate approves Bitcoin law to regulate cryptocurrencies. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode. eCoin wrote, Aloha JV, had a long day, but was able to catch up on things thanks to crypto news alerts. Good stuff, bruh. Always a pleasure, fam. Thanks for tuning in. Hodl. And our next featured comment comes from Jenny Jones, who wrote, wow, JV, sensational news stories. Fidelity, Raul, Elon, massive adoption. It just keeps getting better and better with so much more to come. Exciting times. You know it, Jenny. Such exciting times ahead for us all in the crypto sphere. Gotta love it. Bitcoin to the moon. Send it. Now for our third and final featured comment comes from Dustin Hennica, who wrote, sorry I missed the live show, JV. Something I hate to do, but until Bitcoin hits $1 million or one of my alts fire off, I still have to grind at my ishy job. Unfortunately, going to go back and watch it now. I never miss a show, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. The world needs you. Peace, fam. Dustin, I appreciate your dedicated support, fam. Hang in there, keep stacking sats and hodl, and before you know it, you'll be able to walk away from your ishy job and be full-time in crypto. Patience is key. Hodl. And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below.